Gary Hateley and I'm employed by Andaman Ceramics in the role of Commercial Director, and I assume global commercial responsibility for all business activity outside of the EU. My role is a blend of key account management, project development, strategic business planning, and Andaman team leadership. My introduction to the ceramics world was via default rather than design. I was headhunted initially for a commercial role for the power side of Andaman and Company back in 2009. But following a couple of interviews and discussions with the company owner and then managing director John Verrier, it was established that my experience and skill set was better suited to the ceramic side of the business, and a role was created for me to join the UK business operation. The answer to the second part of the question, in what keeps me passionate and engaged, is the ever-changing and evolving landscape of the sector, coupled with the ambition to continue the growth trajectory of the business for many years to come. Honesty and transparency are critical, as is delivering against the promises we make, of course. Whilst we operate in a changing and evolving space, we also operate within certain markets, such as aerospace, a very conservative one, where change takes a long time. So being patient whilst being supportive and understanding of a customer's key drivers are of paramount importance. By utilising all forms of communication available, being a customer-focused and custom-led business as we are, our go-to is always offering support through face-to-face interaction, irrespective of a customer's location. This is coupled with regular correspondence via video calls, phone conversations and emails. We are a global player operating in a really demanding space, and we are committed to supporting our customers' needs in whatever form that may be. Having worked with a customer supplying a refractory ceramic for a number of years, we were actively trying to promote a new addition to our supply portfolio, which was abrasives for surface alloy preparation. Due to our long-standing working relationship and the trust they had in us as a partner, we were granted full access to their facility to oversee testing of some grinding wheels that was a specific problematic area for them at the time due to the demise of their existing supply. As a result, we were then able to produce a fit-for-purpose part that is now a critical part within their process. The most critical stage of any new inquiry is correctly establishing the working conditions the ceramics will be exposed to during use, which will ultimately determine the success of the part in question. Our customers rely on our expertise when it comes to material selection, which is why we invest a lot of resource in the qualification stage of any inquiry to ensure we have the critical information required. Every project or requirement has differing drivers, and as part of our qualification process, we work to identify these, resulting in any proposal that we offer at the point of quotation is in keeping with customer requirement. A large part of our role is in helping of our customers to understand ceramics. Quite often our customers are used to using alternative materials and have minimal experience of working with ceramics. We see it as part of our role as a trusted partner to pass on our expertise and experience, in addition to the providing of a solution to a process issue they are facing. I would like to sit here and say no, but that's not the reality. We have supplied parts that have not met customer expectation, and through the investigative stage to understand why, it was established that the issue was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding from the customer's perspective around working conditions, which was provided to us during the qualification stage. In this specific example, it was where a dense ceramic was required for a vacuum application, but the customer had failed to disclose this during the initial discussion due to a simple lack of understanding of their process. This is the single biggest reason why our preference is to be on site with the customer and, where possible, seeing the application firsthand, so we can draw upon our experience to ensure the ceramic proposed is fit for purpose. My go-to is always a scenario around their family holiday and explain that those things in the engine spinning around at a rapid rate of knots, well, without ceramic, those things, which are actually turbine blades that keep your aircraft aloft and deliver you and your family to your destination safely, would not be possible. That normally does the trick and opens the conversation to a barrage of other questions, usually asked with far more intrigue. The ceramics we supply are generally used in extremely high temperature and aggressive applications. The failing of a ceramic part could have devastating effects on a large scale, so ensuring we get it right is of paramount importance. Within the markets we operate, production downtime is costly and therefore is just not something that's tolerated. Because of this, where possible, material testing is something we strongly advocate. There are sometimes unknown factors that could not have been foreseen that may have an impact on how the ceramics perform in application. Well, the energy sector is booming, and with the global shift to green energy and its electric vehicles, it's a market only going in one direction. As a company, Andemans are involved in a number of R&D projects that are pushing the capabilities of ceramics that could have a real positive impact on the global economy and environment for years to come. Aerospace and powder metallurgy are two of our biggest markets historically, and we are currently operating in a boom period for both. We foresee this growth trajectory to continue due to advancements in technology, which will only put further demands on ceramic. My mind cast back to a business trip to the United States a number of years ago, and I arrived into Chicago quite late one evening. I went to the parking garage to collect my hire car, and as I lifted the boot to stow my luggage, I was greeted by a ventriloquist doll staring back at me. A combination of the dark outer surroundings, the wariness of travelling, and of course the unexpected sighting had me startled, to put it mildly. It's safe to say I went back and asked her for another vehicle. Versatile, resilient, and reliable. Talk to people and extend your network and knowledge base. The industry is a very cordial and quite friendly one, with people willing to help others. So by growing your network, you'll surround yourselves with individuals of differing experiences within the sector. The subject of ceramics is vast, so learning all is an impossibility, but building a strong network of resource will go a long way to you being successful in what is an exciting but also a very challenging sector.